Welcome back to our channel. In this video today, we're going to talk to my good friends Natalie and Josh. They moved back to Fort Wayne about a year ago. They're going to build down here in East Central. We got a great interview coming up, so stay tuned.
Behind closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.
Hi guys, how you doing? I'm Joshua.
I'm Natalie.
And we are super excited to be back in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
We moved here from Pennsylvania. I have a background in real estate development, working for commercial real estate developers, high rises, residential, as well as office buildings.
And I'm an electrical engineer, born and raised here in Fort Wayne. Spent the last 20 years doing engineering and property development. And I decided to jump out and become a serial entrepreneur.
So we've been running, we've owned a bunch of real estate properties, managed, owned across multiple states, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Indiana, and Ohio, which was probably one of the worst experiences. But so we recently relocated to Indiana so we can grow our portfolio and bring back the neighborhood to life.
There is a lot of life here.
We decided based on, it's always been a great place to raise a family. There was education for our children, and Joshua recently had a vision for the property that he grew up in as a child. So we have a whole plan to bring back to life and build our dream home. So we currently are in the phase 1 of our dream home build. We are located in East Central neighborhood, which there were some blighted properties that we're looking to revitalize, one by one in the area. But our first project is a carriage house, which consists of 1,100 square feet and a 4-car garage.
She's killing it. I'm stuck.
So what makes this project unique is we're doing a lot of the work ourselves. We brought in a GC to do the framing, the concrete, kind of the heavy lift, but from here on out, Joshua will be taking the lead on doing the electrical, the drywall, the plumbing, everything.
Windows, siding, you name it, we'll be doing it. So we have a lot of experience doing this. We've turned over, 5 properties in the last 15 years?
Yeah, about.
So we're serial hackers. We've often lived in the homes that we've turned over, that we flipped, and we're taking that experience and we're leveraging it into building our forever home and building our legacy. And so we're super excited to be doing it here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and in the neighborhood that I grew up in. We're very hopeful that this will have a direct impact on our kids, teaching them the value of hard work and discipline, and hard work ethic, good work ethic, while at the same time encouraging people in our neighborhood to continue the hard work that they've already doing and magnetizing the neighborhood to attract people to move to this side of the city and do the same thing.
So after the carriage house is built, we will then move into that and then knock down our investment property to build our dream home, which Joshua plans on taking the lead on that and actually running a skid steer, right?
Yeah, but that wasn't the original approach, right? I kind of shifted gears. When we got here, but there's a specific reason why we're doing it. I'm not sure that Natalie 100% agrees, but by God's grace, we're on the same page. And so originally, when we decided to move from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania back to Fort Wayne, the idea was for us to build our forever home first. But we were already kind of working on that when we were in Bethlehem. And as a contractor and as a person who loves the trades, a lot of you guys out there are gonna know the importance of having your workshop set up, having your tools organized. You just work more efficiently and effectively. And so when we were there, I was doing a lot of stuff from our driveway, sanding in the basement,
yeah.
smelling the smell of insulation and, just all the chemicals that come along with the building process. And so this time around, we wanted to specifically build an asset before taking on the liability. And so once we finish this carriage house, 4-car garage and Airbnb up top, we're gonna live in it, like Natalie said, and then we're gonna knock down the house that we're currently in, the house that I grew up in, and build our forever home, our 2,700 square foot, a modern
farmhouse.
So we're gonna build that, and I'll have the workshop to not only work out of, but that Airbnb income will help to
Reduce risk,
reduce the overall cost of living. It'll have a direct impact on the mortgage if we have one at that time. And so just logically, I guess it made more sense to build the asset ahead of the liability. But with that comes delayed gratification and, something that we're already used to.
It's definitely uncomfortable, but in following Joshua's leadership, I think it'll be rewarding. Also, when we decided to go the route of building the carriage house first, it came at a point where we were going to contract out to a larger GC to come in and just build the home. The cost of the home was at $550,000, and the number just kept going up. And so we decided that instead of leaning on this contractor, that we were going to do the work ourselves and subcontract it out. We both have experience as project managers in real estate development. We've owned and managed multiple properties. He's been in contracting since he was a young kid. So we decided, we can do this ourselves, and we can build a $500,000 house for $300,000. So that was really the driver as well, to build the carriage house first.
So when we walk out our front door, it is clear that we have elements of blight throughout our neighborhood, and that's been one of the initiatives that we've worked on. From day one, we've worked on eliminating blight and increasing economic activity in the East Central neighborhood. I want to be clear. A lot of this work, this heavy lift, has been going on in our neighborhood for easily the last 3 decades. And so when we decided to move here and upcycle, that's what I want you to hit on a little bit. When we decided to move here and upcycle, the idea was to continue some of the work that's been going on and to magnetize even more the neighborhood, to attract people from different walks of life to move here and do this journey of life with us.
Yeah, and I would say with my background, the developers I worked for, it was a lot of going into downtowns and revitalizing the area and eliminating the blight, and obviously comes with gentrification. And so I supported building the buildings and I guess revitalizing the area. There were some things obviously I didn't like about it, which was the gentrification part, but then there were things that after it was done, we actually had a really nice environment and eateries and local groceries and markets to be able to access that didn't exist. And so if I can do it in my professional career, then I can do it in my personal life. And so that was really the driver for us to relocate here in this area and help be a beacon of hope and help revitalize East Central neighborhood. Obviously it's not easy. It takes a lot of public and private partnerships. So Joshua's taken the lead on, outreach and becoming a part of the neighborhood association, and, putting a schedule together. I'm doing a lot of the back end work, ensuring that, we are managing our finances and we're hitting deadlines and making sure contractors are paid, to be able to get the first project off the ground. So
you hit it. I mean, so there are elements of gentrification that just are not positive for any neighborhood. And so we kind of took that term and replaced it with what we believe is something that just drives hope. It encourages neighbors and, like you said, private investors to upcycle That's what we're here to do, to
bring back to life.
To bring back to life the neighborhood. And so the positive elements of gentrification, encouraging neighbors to invest in their property, to do the window replacements, to get out there and do small projects.
Painting the door and, you know, planting flowers and all these cool things, while ensuring that there's space for folks from all walks of life to live here. The idea of displacing, we don't agree with.
We don't agree with that. Part of the mission for Upcycle is to revitalize the area in which we live, and that includes, you know, living in that area and investing in it, and not just, you know, building fancy homes and having these things, but being a fundamental part of the community. You know, going to the local church, being a part of the neighborhood association, volunteering. I think being a meaningful civil advocate for your neighbors, your neighborhood, like that's where the Upcycle really, I think,
formed.
I think so. What makes us unique in terms of being entrepreneurs, developers, investors, especially when you're talking about gentrification, right? Because that term has a lot of weight, a lot of negativity associated with it. I think what makes us unique and very different is we live in the community in which we are investing, right? We're here to magnetize and encourage people, you know, to attract folks from all walks of life to, you know, come and live and do life with us here. And so being the neighborhood improvement liaison, working directly with city council to talk about ideas for bettering the park and ensuring that that our kids have a safe path to the school bus, and you know, attracting economic activity for our area. These are things that are all important, extremely unique, and I think that's where the mission for upcycling our neighborhood really helps us to, you know, stick away from or stay far away from gentrifying the area and that negative connotation associated with that word, while at the same time ensuring that we're doing our part to better the place in which we live.
So if you want to learn a little bit more about us and the project, check us out in the next video, where you'll learn more about my role in the project and why I decided to come to Fort Wayne. If you'd like to follow us and learn more about what we're doing, follow us on Instagram at nally.crier or joshua.crier, or check us out on our website. It's www.upcyclemerealty.com. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on the next video.